But our next section is going to be number 4, and that's exercise. Again, a huge subject, and we've done a lot of different videos on exercise, a lot of different newsletters. So again, this is very, very basic. The body is designed to move. What we mean by that is many things in the body require movement in order for them to work properly, particularly your circulation, and even more so your venous drainage. So your heart pumps your arterial blood to every cell in your body, every cell, and everything that it needs, and then where the blood is then carried back to the heart via the venous system. And the venous system, the heart is not enough by itself to get it back, so it needs what's called a venous pump, which are little one-way valves in the veins that when you move, it actually squeezes the fluid, and the fluid can only move one way, not down but up, and so it all goes back to the heart through the venous pump. The lymphatic system is very similar in that it has a lymphatic pump. It gets virtually no action from the heart. It requires movement and movement of the body, compression of your muscles, and that shunts your lymphatic fluid back into your circulation. And the lymphatic system is the cleanser of the body. It cleans all the debris out, all the impurities, and also it's part of your immune system in that it traps bacteria, viruses, unhealthy organisms in the lymph nodes and breaks them down. So your lymphatic system, critical for your drainage, critical for your health. And that's why you need movement to activate your circulatory system and also your lymphatic system. Exercise also to exercise your heart and your lungs, because as you know, you don't use it, you lose it. They've done some research now, and they've found that lung function, how much air you can get into your lungs, your capacity, is actually a measurement of future disease. So the lungs, your function of your lungs will affect your heart, which then affects everything else. So getting that deep breathing going during your exercise is very important. My favorite exercise is rebound exercise, because there's no shock or trauma on the body, and you're getting the pumping action, maybe on a mini trampoline, which looks something like that. Those are my twins on there. This is an old book we did. I've been doing rebound exercise for over 30 years myself, and I use it to warm up, warm down. I also do hand weights and ankle weights on it when I'm having a workout. So rebound exercise, I believe that anybody can do virtually, even if you're old, even if you're invalid. You can get on a mini trampoline, put it between the doorway, hold onto it, and just move up and down, just ever so gently. That's still enough to activate all of the fluids in your body. So I'm a great believer in rebound exercise, and again, there's more information on that on the website. I believe that the best exercise is a combination of different things, because no one exercise does everything. So they say swimming is the best. Well, yeah, swimming's great, but it doesn't do everything for you. So depending on you, on your age, your condition, obviously depends on what you can do. But to keep it very, very simple, if you do a half-hour brisk walk 3 times a week, that will qualify you. That will do your body an immense amount of good. Obviously there's higher levels beyond that, but just doing that half-hour walk 3 times a week will have a big impact upon your health. So there's no excuse. You don't have to join a gym. You don't have to do all these fancy things unless you want to. Obviously the further you go, the greater the benefit. But there's no excuse for not getting out and doing a half-hour walk 3 times a week, brisk. The more you can get your breathing going, of course, the better. We've talked about intense varied interval training, which is another subject where you push your body to its maximum. And there's 2 different systems. One is for about 30 seconds. Another one is from 1 to 3 minutes, where you push your body for as hard as you can, then rest in between. So you really get your lung capacity going. We've done some newsletters on that, so I'll have to refer you to that. Excuse me. But basically we can divide our exercise into 3 different categories or different groups. What we talked about is cardiovascular, getting your heart and your lung rate up. Then of course the strength training for your muscles, where you can do weights or slow movements. Then of course is the third one, that's flexibility, where you do your stretching and your yoga, etc. There is a 4th category, which I've spoken about before, and that is exercise that actually helps you to relax, actually helps you to unwind, helps you to de-stress. So that sometimes it's not necessarily what you do, but how you do it. But of course the things like the Tai Chi and the yoga and the Pilates can actually, depending on how you do it, can help you relax too. And I like to do that as part of my running and my swimming. So I recommend highly our 4th fundamental in a healthy and natural lifestyle, and that is your exercise. Now we move on to number 5, and that is breathing. Now, with the breathing, you might say, well, of course, you have to breathe. You don't breathe, you die, but we all breathe. I don't quite mean that. I'm talking about deep breathing. I'm talking about where you really are pushing your lungs to their maximum. I don't mean through exercise. I mean separate from exercise. So the whole idea is that you do your deep breathing usually when you're relaxing, so you can concentrate on your breathing. And many of the Eastern disciplines, etc., actually incorporate breathing as part of their routine. So we mentioned before, you've got yoga, you've got Qigong, you've got Tai Chi, other things where the breathing is a fundamental part of the whole exercise. Of course, it's believed in the Eastern traditions that air contains energy, and they call it by Qi, or hence Qigong or Tai Chi, which simply means a type of energy for the body, different kinds of energy in the body, but this is one kind of energy where by breathing properly you're actually able to absorb energy into your body from the air and from the environment. So the idea is to bring in the Qi or Prana or life force. It's got different names where you can actually bring that into your body. Now what I do is I try to do it every day where I can. So I go out I lie on the garden, hands and feet on the grass, and I do my deep breathing exercise, and I activate my chakras and the different colours. That's another subject. But the whole idea of the breathing is, and there's different ways, but the idea is you, one method is to breathe in deeply for a certain count, you hold it for a certain count, you breathe out for a certain count, and then you hold that breath out for a certain count. Now I find that 4th one difficult. I find it doesn't seem to work for me, so I just simply breathe in as much as I can, I hold it for as long as I can, and then I breathe out for as long as I can. So it's a full deep breath, you hold it as long as you can, then you breathe out and get a full breath out. And sometimes you have to breathe in and out for maybe 10 repetitions before you're actually able to hold it. And as you're doing that, you're actually meditating and you're focusing on the energy coming into your body. Now, as I mentioned, that is another subject, so I'm only touching on it lightly here. But the other thing, of course, you get from your air is your oxygen. And oxygen is vital for your body. Every cell in your body needs oxygen to burn the glucose to create energy. And many microorganisms do not like the presence of oxygen. They prefer not to have the oxygen. So oxygen tends to destroy microorganisms, and particularly cancer. So I recommend the deep breathing exercise for, I do 15 minutes a day. Even if you did 5 minutes of breathing exercise, whatever it is, do that deep breathing, and it will actually help to develop your lung capacity and your diaphragm, and it also massages your organs as you do that, and that will help you to breathe more deeply throughout the day. And be aware of your posture, and because if you're slumped or if your posture is bad, then obviously your diaphragm can't work properly. So the posture is very important, so you stay upright so your diaphragm has got room to move down and to pull the air into your lungs. So breathing is number 5, and we will just pause now.